Today's lesson, we are going to partition shapes into 2, 3, or 4 equal shares. This means we're going to be dividing shapes. We are going to divide circles and rectangles into 2, 3, and 4 equal shares. That means all of the parts will be the same. Does this picture look fair to you? If your friend divided a Hershey bar with you and it looked like this, would that be equal? See your piece and see her piece. Now, how would you feel about that? Is it fair? No, because they are not equal. So when we're talking about partitioning or dividing something up, it has to be in equal pieces or parts. It has to be fair. Let's try dividing that Hershey bar into 2 equal parts. Does that look better now? We split it down the middle, so we have 2 equal parts or 2 halves. 1 half for you and 1 half for your friend. We write 1 half like this. Here are some ways we can divide a rectangle into halves or 2 equal pieces. 2 halves makes 1 whole. If you put your half and your friend's half together, you would have 1 whole candy bar, right? Your half and her half makes 1 whole. More about dividing into 2 parts or halves. A fraction is a part of a whole. The rectangle and the circle below is cut into 1 half. There are 2 halves, which makes a whole. When you divide a shape into 2 parts, you have divided them into half. So now you and a boy from class are going to share a pizza your mom brought for lunch. You both want 1 half, right? So you have to cut it down the middle. A pizza is a circle shape, so let's see how you can cut this pizza in half. As you can see, all of these are cut into 2 pieces. 1 line through the middle makes 2 halves. 2 halves makes a whole. Dividing into 3 parts or thirds. Now let's partition or divide a rectangle into 3 parts. If we divide a rectangle into 3 equal parts, what will that look like? Remember, the parts have to be equal sizes, so make sure you draw the lines so the parts look fair. If the parts don't look the same size, just erase your line and draw it again. When you divide a shape into 3 equal parts, you have divided it into thirds. 3 thirds equals to 1 whole. If you put the 3 parts together, it makes 1. Dividing a circle into 3 equal parts. Dividing a circle into 3 equal parts is a little tricky. There is really only one way to do it, and it looks like this. If you turn it upside down, it will look like this. 3 thirds makes 1 whole. Dividing into 4 parts or fourths. This is the only way to divide a circle into fourths or 4 equal parts. How many parts of this circle is striped? 1/4. So 4 fourths equals 1 whole. If you put the 4 pieces together, it makes 1 whole. This is how we divide a rectangle into fourths or 4 equal parts. Each part is 1/4. What other ways can we divide a rectangle into fourths? Here's one more way to divide a rectangle into fourths. If you can lay the parts on top of each other and they're the same size, then they are equal. You have learned how to partition circles and rectangles into halves, thirds, and fourths. Watch the other videos on our channel for extra practice.